Okay, now I got us in movie here. This is Bill Hickey's 7-Eleven board. Bill's gonna tell us what he did to this thing.
What did I do? Well, first thing, I got a blank, and secondly, I put an outline on it. And the outline I chose was 23-inch wide with a double wing. The purpose of the double wing is to keep the area in the board, but yet reduce it in the area where you turn so that it's easier to put on the rail. If you carried the width all the way through and made it conventional, it would have a tendency to track more. But this helps eliminate some of the tracking because you're able to sink the tail and get it on the rail easier. And we use a triplane hull, which does the same thing. It facilitates a transition from one rail to the other by giving you a mechanical advantage and allowing you to put the board on the edge easier. Plus, it reduces the amount of area in the wave when you're going in an all-out speed section, because there's always one plane out of the water, so you're dragging less.
So, this is the triplane hull right here?
That's the triplane hull. It starts at the nose and it fades out into the V in the tail.
Now what about these fins here, Bill?
Well, this is your pretty much proven conventional tri-fin configuration for a longboard, but we reduce the size of the height and the width of the side fins in order to keep it a little bit looser and freer, and then put a kind of a shorter fin in the center, but with a good rake on it. Should work out pretty good.
What's the rake?
Yeah.
What's that rake mean?
The rake is this. Instead of straight up, you get that's called rake.
Okay. And what about this paint job?
Well, the paint job was pretty difficult, but first time I failed. The second attempt, it came out pretty good, and it showed me that I'm able to salvage a paint job that didn't turn out on the first application. I kind of like it.
So it's a squeegee job, or?
Oh, it's squeegee, but there's brush activity going on in there too. It takes more than one technique to get this, to finally get it to where it's satisfying.
And this is kind of unusual for you to do such dark colors, isn't it? Especially.
Try to avoid the use of dark colors, but we have an understanding that what the ramifications are of keeping it in the direct sunlight because of the amount of heat that it draws, and so
you can feel it's warm right now.
Yeah, compared to the rail.
Right.
Feel the rail.
Yep.
Ice cold compared to that.
Yeah. Here, we'll turn it over and talk a little bit about what we got going on this side here. So what we got going right here, Bill?
This is early style leash holder, in contrast to putting the cup in. It's a lot stronger, and then when I put this style of holder on there, I glass it in the same fashion as I would a fin. I put 3 layers of glass up each side, 2 layers of 6, 1 layer of 4, 8 strands of rope at the base for a fillet. But I take the glass and I bring it down over the rail all the way around in the area where the leash makes a contact, and there's about 5 or 6 layers of glass, 6 layers of glass right in this one area, so there's no way the leash can penetrate through the board.
And you do these pinstripes here, these are all by hand, I take it?
Well, these are all done by hand, essentially. You know, you tape them off and then paint them on with a brush and with your fingers. And combination. Double thin lines. Hard on the eyeballs.
You know, Bill, I didn't ask you how many layers of fiberglass you had in these fins here.
Side fins have about, these I think I used 18 layers. 18 to 20 layers, I think, on the side fins.
Of what thickness glass?
6 ounce.
S glass, right?
6 ounce.
No, you didn't tell me what S glass is on this videotape here.
Okay. S glass is a special kind of cloth that was developed for the aerospace industry. The conventional E glass, which is used in surfboards, wasn't strong enough, so they needed something with more tensile strength. So they developed S glass, and they did this by changing the chemistry of the fiber, making it stronger under stress, and the outcome was that it's 30% stronger, or 33 1/3% stronger than your conventional E-glass.
And what thickness glass do you have on the bottom and on the top here?
On the bottom we have a single layer of 6 ounce, plus another patch around the fin. And then on the top we have 3 layers up to the middle of the board of 6 ounce. Excuse me, 2 layers of 6 and 1 layer of 4. 1 4-ounce patch up to the center of the board. 2 6s, the full, over the whole entire board and the rail.
Yeah. And the middle fin, how many layers of glass went into the middle fin?
32 layers in